All right, what's up, y'all? We are about halfway to Halloween, which means it is time for another watch list. Y'all, this is not a list of big slashers or obvious picks. There's plenty of time for all of that later on in the year. I'm talking about movies that carry autumnal vibes in their DNA, folklore, landscape, small towns, and that sense that something is just slightly off. So here we go. 8 movies that don't just celebrate the holiday, they build toward it. First up on the list, we've got The Blair Witch Project from 1999. 3 filmmakers head into the Maryland woods to document a local legend, a witch said to haunt the forest. And what starts as a simple project slowly unravels into something far more disorienting and dangerous. What makes Blair Witch perfect for this list isn't Halloween imagery, it's isolation. The deeper you go into the woods, the more it feels like they've stepped outside of normal reality. No music, no safety net, no just trees, darkness, and that sense that something is watching them from just beyond the frame. Not to mention, this is late autumn energy through and through. When the woods stop feeling like nature and start feeling like something else. Next up, we've got The Curse of Crom, The Legend of Halloween from 2022. A group of friends looking to enjoy Halloween night stumble onto something far older than costumes and candy, an ancient presence tied to masks, identity, and the origins of the holiday itself. This is Halloween as ritual more than celebration. This is a movie that I just recently saw, and I think it's perfect for the runway to the holiday. The Curse of Crom leans into the idea that what we do on Halloween, wearing masks, becoming something else, might not just be for fun. It might be part of something that we don't fully understand anymore. And that's what earns it a spot here because halfway to Halloween isn't about the party yet. It's about remembering that the holiday might have meant something darker once upon a time. Next up on our list, we're going to go a bit more lighthearted with Arsenic and Old Lace from 1944. On Halloween night, a man discovers that his sweet elderly aunts have been quietly poisoning lonely old men as an act of charity. And that's just the beginning of the madness unfolding inside their home. This is your tonal reset because autumn isn't just dread, y'all. It's also playful and strange and frankly a little bit absurd. The old house, the secrets in the basement, the chaos just beneath the surface, it still feels like Halloween just through a different lens. It reminds you that the season has always been about balance, fear, humor, death, and charm. And not to mention, this one has a special place in my heart because this was a play that I was a part of back when I was acting more regularly. Next up on the list, we've got Children of the Corn from 1984. A couple passing through a rural town discovers that it's been overtaken by a group of children who worship a mysterious entity lurking in the surrounding cornfields. This is autumn turned into something oppressive. Harvest imagery becomes ritual. The fields feel endless, and everything is tied to something unseen, something referred to only as he who walks behind the rose. That's what makes this work. And this is one that I don't see receive nearly enough love on lists like this. It feels like the land itself has been claimed, and anyone passing through it is already too late. Next up, we've got Sleepy Hollow from 1999. A rational investigator is sent to a remote village to solve a series of murders, only to find himself confronting the legend of the Headless Horseman, a ghostly rider tied to the land and its history. This is autumn in pure aesthetic form. Fog rolling through dead trees, orange leaves covering the ground, a town that feels frozen in time, and Johnny Depp bringing it all together. Sleepy Hollow doesn't just use fall as its backdrop, it builds an entire world around some of the most classic imagery of the holiday. And at the center of it all is folklore, a story that refuses to stay a story. Next up, we've got The Witch from 2015. A family banished from their community settles on the edge of a dark forest where their isolation begins to twist into paranoia, fear, and something far more supernatural. This is late autumn bleeding into winter. The harvest has failed. The land isn't providing, and everything feels like it's closing in. And the horror grows out of that place. It's not jump scares, it's about belief. The slow unraveling of a family as fear turns inward and then back outward. It's quiet, it's heavy, and it feels like the season is dying around them. Next up, we've got Dark Night of the Scarecrow from 1981. Again, a movie that I just recently found that I felt like needed to land on a list like this. After a gentle, misunderstood man is wrongfully killed by a group of townspeople, something begins to move through the fields. Something tied to a scarecrow that wasn't there before. This is harvest horror in its purest form. Cornfields at dusk, scarecrows standing where no one remembers putting them in the first place. A presence that doesn't rush, it just appears. And what makes it work is how restrained the whole thing is. There's no spectacle, just a quiet sense that something has been set in motion. And the land itself is carrying it out. This isn't just autumn. This is what autumn looks like when it turns against you. And finally, we've got Cobweb from 2023. A young boy begins hearing a tapping inside his bedroom walls, leading him to question his parents, his home, and what might be hidden just beneath the surface. This is early October, y'all. Suburban streets, decorations are going up. That familiar orange glow at night that so many of us love about that season. Everything looks right until it doesn't. Cobweb works because it takes something safe and seasonal and slowly twists it into something very uncomfortable. The house feels wrong. The parents feel off. And as the truth starts to come out, you realize that the Halloween aesthetic might just be a mask for something much worse. So, yeah, this isn't your standard Halloween list for sure. This is what you watch when you're not there yet, but you want to feel like you are. Because autumn horror isn't about the night itself, it's about the build, the quiet shift, the longer shadows, the feeling that something is changing, but you're not quite sure what. And that's the space where horror tends to hit the hardest. Halfway to Halloween doesn't need as many jump scares. It just needs that feeling that something is coming. I know it's been a minute since we've done a list video, but this is fun to get back into doing lists like this for you all. So what I want you to do is drop a comment down below and let me know if you appreciated this list, what movies you're watching in the halfway to Halloween season. And if you want to see more lists like this, along with our usual video essay fare. But until next time, peace.